Welcome back to Power in the Pause. This is the space where we slow down, breathe for a second, and remember that sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is pause. I'm your host, Chelsea, and today we're talking about something that seems really small, but for so women, it actually reveals something so much deeper. Sis, I want you to think about this for a second. You order a coffee, you specifically ask for something a certain way. Maybe it's like no sugar, maybe you get a different milk, maybe you just chose a particular size. But when you get it back, it's wrong. And immediately you have a choice. You can say, "Hey, I think there might have been a mistake. Could you fix this?" Or you can smile, say thank you, and walk away with the wrong drink. And maybe you're thinking, "Okay, Chelsea, it's just coffee." But this is the thing, sis. For a lot of women, it's never just the coffee. It's the feeling that comes up when we have to say, "Actually, can I clarify something?" Or "I think there might have been a misunderstanding," or "I was expecting something different." Because somewhere in our life journey, many of us learn that having needs, asking questions, or correcting something meant that we were being difficult. And so today we're going to talk about why that happens. Because, sis, you are not difficult for communicating what you want. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to advocate for someone else? Your girlfriend gets the wrong order, and you're immediately like, "Hey, she ordered something different. Can you fix this, please?" Your child needs something, and you have no problem speaking up. Someone you love is treated unfairly, and suddenly you find your voice. But when it comes to yourself, you hesitate, you question, you minimize, you think, "It's probably fine. No, it's just fine. I don't want to bother them. I don't want them to think I'm annoying." And this is something I see so often with women who have spent years learning to be emotionally aware of everyone else around them. They become experts at reading the room, but they forget to check in with themselves. They know when someone else is uncomfortable. They know when someone else is frustrated. They know when someone else needs something. But their own needs, those get pushed to the side. Now, I want to say this carefully because not every person who struggles with this experienced a traumatic childhood. Sometimes these patterns come from very subtle experiences. I mean, maybe you grew up in a home where questioning things was viewed as disrespectful. Maybe you learned that disagreeing created tension. Maybe mistakes were met with frustration, criticism, or even shame. Maybe you became the person who tried to keep everyone happy because peace felt safer than conflict. And when a child grows up learning that other people's emotions are their responsibility, that often is carried into adulthood. Our nervous system learns if someone's upset, I need to go fix it. If someone's uncomfortable, I'm the cause of it. If someone doesn't like what I say, I must have done something wrong. So now something simple, like asking for clarification or the correct coffee order, can feel like a threat. Your brain just isn't hearing, just ask the question. Your brain is hearing risk rejection, risk conflict, risk abandonment, risk someone being disappointed in you. And that's really heavy to carry into everyday interactions. So, sis, I want to invite you into our pause for today. If you can, take a moment, relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, take a slow breath in, and slowly release it. Again, breathe in through the nose, hold, and let go. Now, I want you to think about a moment recently where you wanted to speak up, but you didn't. Maybe you wanted to correct someone. Maybe you wanted to ask a question. Maybe you wanted to say, "Actually, that doesn't work for me." Notice what feelings come up. Was it fear, guilt, anxiety? The need to immediately make things easier for someone else? Now ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen if I use my voice? Not what will actually happen, but what are you afraid will happen? Then ask, does this fear belong to this moment Or does it belong to a younger version of me who learned that speaking up wasn't safe? Go ahead and take one more breath here. In through the nose, hold, exhale through your mouth. Awareness is where change begins. One of the biggest things I want you to walk away with today is that healthy people can handle your humanity. Healthy people can handle you asking questions. Healthy people can handle you clarifying. Healthy people can handle you having preferences. A misunderstanding is not a crisis. A question is not an attack. A correction is not automatically conflict. Sometimes we confuse someone being uncomfortable with us doing something wrong. And those are two very different things. Someone might not love being corrected. Someone might be surprised. Someone might need a second. But that does not mean that you were wrong for speaking. You're allowed to exist in relationships where people can experience your honesty and still value you. So the next time you're feeling yourself wanting to say, never mind, it's okay, or no, that's fine, pause and ask yourself, is it actually okay? Or am I just choosing discomfort for myself so someone else doesn't have to experience discomfort? Because, sis, you do not have to earn being lovable by being endlessly convenient. You do not have to be the easiest person in the room to deserve respect. You're allowed to ask, you're allowed to clarify, you are allowed to take up space. So, sis, thank you for spending this time with me today in Power in the Pause. If this episode resonated with you, share it with another woman. And then I want you to carry this question with you this week and reflect. Where am I making myself smaller because I'm afraid someone else might be uncomfortable? Healing is not becoming someone who never cares what anyone thinks. Healing is learning that you can care about others without abandoning yourself. You can be kind without being silent. You can be considerate without disappearing. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is pause. I'll see you next Sunday, sis. Until then.